The process to add that funding to people's accounts is complicated. In the last hour, the state gave an update on the new federal guidance for the program. Jessica Hart joins us with the latest on that. It's so complicated, Jessica. You're going to try to break it down for us.
Yeah, Julie, it is really tough, and even the people who know this issue the best are still struggling with it. And that briefing that the state held ended about 40 minutes ago. In that briefing, the state still has no idea when they'll be able to roll out partial SNAP benefits for this month. The commissioner of the state's Department of Children, Youth, and Families says households will get at least a 50% reduction, and it could be more if there's a working household member. All of this just adding to the uncertainty.
When things keep changing,
it's been so unnecessarily confusing.
It's hard to give people answers.
What exactly will happen next is a little bit unclear.
Sophia Linares-Coy is the executive director of the Food Group, a nonprofit that provides food to more than 200 food shelves.
This is a federal problem, and it requires a federal solution.
The federal problem: funding SNAP during a government shutdown. Federal judges ruled the Trump administration has to fund it, so they're dipping into a $4.65 billion U.S. Department of Agriculture emergency fund.
Some information is starting to flow from USDA to states, but then what has to happen is states need to understand that guidance. And then in Minnesota, it means that our technology system to issue benefits, which is really quite old, needs to be reprogrammed to be able to do that. And so we do not yet know from our partners at the state how long that might take.
The Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families oversees SNAP outreach. The department's website says these contingency funds have not yet been released or distributed to states. We don't know how much funding will be available.
We've just never seen this happen before. So, not having November benefits in Minnesota is a gap of about $70 million.
A $70 million gap that is said to be partially funded. But how much and when is still a question. In Golden Valley, Jessica Hart, KARE 11 News.
The state says since there isn't a uniform reduction rate, it will take some time to recalculate and recode the system. Rena.
All right, thank you, Jessica.